All right, guys, so I've decided to start working on the adventure trailer again. Haven't really touched it in the last few months. If you follow along, you know what I'm talking about. It's the trailer it was that utility trailer that I converted. I welded up that frame on the front. We put the rooftop tent on the front, and we were hauling the dual sports. I got one of them right here, my dual sport motorcycles. I was using the trailer to carry the rooftop tent and a pair of motorcycles, mine and my son's, on the back when we would go camping and stuff. And it was working out really good, but since then we really haven't used the trailer. It's just been kind of sitting out in the backyard rusting basically. And I decided to convert this into a kayak trailer, or more of a multi-purpose trailer than just dual sports only, so that we could haul these big kayaks that I'm building for Bucks Island around. So what we're gonna do today is gonna be kind of a raw video. I'm gonna walk around the trailer, show you all of my ideas. I've got a lot of stuff laid out. I've got a checklist going where we're gonna have rod tubes, fresh water, all kind of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys everything that I'm talking about here in a minute. And we're gonna fabricate a way to put the billy bar system on the front of this thing so that I can just swap the rooftop tent from the trailer to the truck with no problem. Y'all stick around. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's TJ. Welcome to Kayak USA. Like I just said, this is an older build that I was working on. It's kind of just been sitting in the backyard, rusting up actually. I decided to bring it back in the shop. We're gonna bring some life back into it, change it up some so that we can haul these big old kayaks back and forth to the water that I'm building for Bucks Island. Because you know, that Jackson kayak, it's awesome. I love fishing out of it, but it is a pain in the butt to get it in and out of the back of my truck. So this trailer is exactly what we need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna do a full walk around of this thing, point out everything that I've got on my checklist that we're gonna be adding to it, and then I want some feedback from you guys. So let me show you the trailer. All right, so if you remember the trailer, I actually had, I've got them laying here, I had these two guys right here mounted on the back of it for the dual sports, where we were hauling a pair of dual sports on the back of the trailer. Let me see if I can get it to where some lights, and I got the garage doors open, so you guys are gonna hear a lot of traffic. I apologize for that, but I had the dual sports set up back here in the back with those two front tire mounts so we could haul both dual sports in the rooftop tent. What I decided to do, and I'll pull the kayak off here in just a minute and show you, but I added a runner with some PVC pipes and some carpet so we can slide the kayak on and off. And as you can tell, it fits perfect. That is a big kayak, and let's see if I can get a full shot of it. It fits perfect on this trailer. And I don't have these mounted up here just yet, but this is the billy bar system that goes in the bed of my truck. I've just kind of got some quick grips on it, holding it in place. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's gonna look like once we add the billy bars. I took measurements of this rack that I built. This is I think it's a 5x5 rack, and the measurements almost are identical to the measurements for the bed of my Tacoma. So this billy bars rack is gonna be perfect to mount up on here and drop the tent on top. And we can put wood across the top of this and make it so we've got a flat table up here. Because you know, the billy bars is gonna give us a good gap so we can set stuff up here when we're working beside the trailer or eating or whatever. We'll have a little flat surface there. Let's see, what else am I gonna add? The spare tire is on this side. Let me get back so you guys can see it. The spare tire is on this side of the trailer, so I'm planning on getting like a trasher type thing, you know, that hangs on a spare tire on a Jeep for overlanders. We could hang it there on that spare tire and have us, you know, a trash bag, you know, built onto the side of the thing, so we don't have to carry around a bag of trash, or it all don't end up in the bed of the truck. I've got an idea to build a PVC water tank that we can put on this side of the rack, just up under the billy bars. And if we do it, we can mount it here where it'll hold, I think it'll hold something like 30 gallons of water, and we can pressurize it and have water. If we paint it black, I'm told that it'll actually get hot, you know, so it'll be hot water out when we're camping. We'll have showers or something to rinse off our plates and stuff like that. So that's the plans for this side. Also, tell me what you think about me diamond plating the inside of the trailer. So just this gap right here, I'll be putting the diamond plate on the inside so it would actually block off the inside of the trailer. Now I do want to be able to keep this thing so that I can back the trailer down to the water at least. excuse me, so I can back it down to a boat ramp and slide the kayaks off into the water and not have to worry about, you know, the water. If I back the trailer down into the water a little bit, that it's going to hurt anything. So I will be changing out the tail lights to some marine, you know, boat trailer tail lights, so we don't have to worry about water getting in them and messing them up or anything like that. This side here is the side that I want to put the rod tube on. Since we got the spare tire on that side, I knew we wouldn't have enough room to put a long rod tube, so I figured this side would be perfect for us to weld up a bracket and put a 6-inch PVC pipe rod tube, just like I built on that kayak trailer last year. And we could set it up, have a rod tube on this side, maybe put a rod tube on that side so it matches, if we can get by with doing it around the spare tire, so we can leave the spare tire mounted where it's at, and be able to haul our rods, be able to secure them, lock them up, have the kayak. And what's really neat about this trailer is if we don't take the kayak, we can still take the dual sports, we can still take a four-wheeler, we can still take a golf cart if we wanted to, because the back area is still gonna be just like a flatbed trailer. Now, the runners are gonna be there, but I built them so that they're not gonna be in the way of four-wheeler tires or motorcycle tires or anything like that. I basically built them exactly like I did my bench. Now, we built this bench here on the channel. I'll link the video here and in the video description, but this thing works great for moving the kayak, and it also works really good for loading your kayak on and off your trailer or in your truck, and I'll show you guys in a minute. I'll pull this Jackson off the trailer and show you how easy it is to just slide it on and off. Whenever you get back from fishing, you don't have to unload your gear or take the seats out and stuff like that. So let me take this kayak off real quick, show you how easy it is, and then we'll talk about the trailer a little bit. Man, my tractor seat was soaking wet. All right, so if you didn't see the video where I built this little kayak cart thing that I use in my garage, this thing is amazing. It works for just about, I've had so many different style kayaks and different brand and sizes, and they all seem to fit it just right. And you can wheel your kayak around your garage so you can work on it, or just, you know, store it and get it out of the way. A lot of people are gonna say, they're gonna watch this and say, you're not supposed to store a kayak like that, but it's inside, it's kind of climate controlled in here, and the kayak don't sit here, you know, all the time. It goes on and off. So I don't have any issues. I've never had any issues of storing a kayak on one of these. So if you're interested in one of these, you want to build yourself one, click the link in the video description. I got a video on exactly how I built this thing. But today's video, I'm going to show you how I use my cart to load and unload a kayak. So as you can see, it kind of fits right up to it. You got to do a little bit of lifting on the kayak. Now, one thing that I didn't put in the video where I built this was the casters. You need to have at least 2 of your casters with locks on them. I messed up. I put no locks on none of these, so sometimes I've got to hold the cart while I'm loading it and unloading it to keep it from rolling around. So save yourself the trouble. When you put your casters on, use 2 wheels, at least 2 of them in the back that's got the little foot locks on them so you can lock it down. And just like that, got the kayak unloaded, didn't have to take off my unit, left it fully rigged with gear, and I can just wheel it back over to the shop side, and the trailer is empty. And I'll show you how I carpeted the bottom and the runners. So you can see here that all I used was a couple of pieces of, I think that's 2-inch PVC pipe with some indoor-outdoor carpet. I just wrapped the PVC pipe, screwed it down to the trailer. I think that is 12 inches on center, from center to center on each PVC pipe. And it's a good idea if you're gonna do something like this, put you some carpet down in between your runners, because when you load and unload a kayak, The first thing that's gonna hit, and I'll show you, is gonna be this part right here. Your nose is always gonna hit before it makes it to your runners. Now you see how it's sitting on the runners on my bench? This nose is gonna hit that floor every time before it makes it to your runners. So carpet right here in the middle, you can even see where it hits the nose right there first when I'm loading and unloading. But it's nice and soft, it keeps it from damaging the kayak, and it slides right up. Now, I don't think that's given me any issues yet, but when I did weld that frame up for the rooftop tent to go on there, this sticks up about the same height. It's maybe a ½ inch lower, but it doesn't seem to be in the way, so I'm gonna leave that little, what I'm talking about is that 1.5 by 1.5 inch square tube that I've got running across here. It's actually lower, so I didn't cut it off. I wanted to keep the structure of my box up there for the rooftop tent. So if it starts to give me an issue, I'll figure something out, but I don't think it's gonna give us a problem at all. But as you can see, there's plenty of room back here now where we could still put a motorcycle on each side, strap them down because I got the track system still in the floor here. And that track system is gonna come in handy for the kayaks as well. So we'll be able to strap the kayak down right here. There's gonna be enough of the kayak on this trailer that I think that one strap across it up here is gonna be plenty to keep the kayak in place and keep it from sliding off the back of the trailer. But I guess we can see it here in the light. Now the trailer is filthy, guys. It's been sitting out in the backyard for a while now, since we built it last time. I'm gonna do a lot of touch-up paint on all the welds. You see the rust that's already started to pop up. It's just surface rust. So we're gonna grind this back down once we figure out the mounting brackets that I'm gonna be putting on here for the billy bar attachment. And then we'll go from there. So my plan is, like I said, rod tube, a solar shower on this side, I guess that's what you wanna call it. The trash-a-roo bag over the spare tire, maybe boxing in the bottom of this with some diamond plate. If you guys can think of anything else, I wouldn't mind putting like a battery box on here with some lights or something around it, so at night we can flip a switch and have lights around the tent or up under the tent. I think it's gonna work out really good. All right, guys, I told y'all this was gonna be a raw, rough video where I just ramble on and on about a build that I'm doing. So if you have any ideas about this kayak trailer, hit me up in the comments, let me know below. If it's a cool idea and I think I can make it work, we will definitely add it to this build. We will make this kayak trailer into the coolest one around here if we can. I've already built a few here on the channel, but those were mainly just to haul your fishing tackle and rods and your kayak. But this one is gonna have rooftop tent, shower, everything that you can think of that we can add to it. If we can get it on here and make it usable, we're gonna add it to this trailer and make it happen. So we gotta have some way to haul these big kayaks. This Jackson is freaking, it's a big kayak, and the last 2 trips I've been on, I've hauled it in the back of my Tacoma, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out. Even with my little system I got here where I roll it up to the bed and just slide it in, it's still really heavy. I'd love to be able to just back this trailer up to the boat ramp, slide it off in the water, and then go fishing and not have the stress of when I leave the house knowing that I'm gonna have to fight this thing in and out of the back of my truck. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's video, guys. I'm sorry it was so rough. If you have ideas, hit me up in the comment section. If you wanna catch up on the original build we did with this trailer for the adventure build with the dual sports, I'll link it below. And I'll also go ahead and link my other 2 kayak trailers below if you wanna check those out. They're old videos, so the audio's not great. Y'all just bear with me on those builds. So, but if you wanna check them out, I'll put them in the description below, and I'll catch you guys next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Peace.